Hey guys, another fragrance video. Remember, if you like the videos, like, sub, solely comment, share, support the channel if you want. I appreciate it. Thanks. Today we're going to do my favorite discontinued fragrances that have become discontinued since I've been in the fragrances for the past 10 years or so, or something like that. And this is probably the last video I'm ever going to do on this because, again, it's been a year since I got COVID basically, and I only got half my smell back, so I don't even before that, it was so hard to justify fragrances throughout the years. You know, even buying samples is expensive, you know what I mean? Because I don't show reviews, so I don't get stuff for free. So, with my smell the way it is now, there will probably never be another 10-year video of fragrances that I've been smelling the past 10 years. So, whatever. Let's get into some fragrances I like. It's probably, actually, it might be like 10, 12, something like that. I'm not sure, but whatever. I went in and grabbed some stuff from the basement. Let's take one. CH Men, Privé. People get mad when you don't show the bottles. Fuck, there's a bottle. CH Men Privé. It's got the cool little cap. To be honest, it's not something I wore a lot, but I do like it. I think the problem with it is I think it's considered, it's kind of a sexy kind of vibe. You know what I mean? A designer with a bit of a sexy vibe. Maybe some people consider it like the bad boy leather jacket fragrance they say, but a lot of times when I want that vibe, there's just something else that I would wear. But I do think this smells good, and it's unfortunate that it's discontinued because I do think it's very wearable. It's nice. Next one. What else did I bring from downstairs? We have the recently, constantly discontinued, re-released, discontinued. So I don't know. Does this one even count? New Harlem. Again, we're showing the bottles today because if I have the bottles of it, people get mad. I've always basically thought of this one as breakfast in a bottle without the coffee. I know some people consider it a super big coffee fragrance, but I've always thought that it smells more so like maple syrup, French toast, that kind of thing, without the coffee. Apparently, it's been released again after being discontinued a couple of times, so who knows how long it's going to be around, but it's back again, I guess. Another one from Bond number 9 that I don't have that I always liked was I Love New York for All. That one is great. Unfortunately, that one is discontinued and it's never come back. So I would assume that that one is gone forever. So, but that's there's a couple. What else do we have? Here's my backup bottle of it. Armani Code Profumo. Some people think that this smells kind of like a cola or a root beer fragrance. I always kind of thought that it smelled more so like you have kind of like a leather pouch or a leather bag. And have you ever smelled that, what is it called? Like the Big League Chew bubble gum? Bubble gum. Leather pouch, little leather pouch bag, whatever. And then you have the remnants of what used to be orange, amber, Big League Chew bubble gum and that kind of powder. And you're like smelling that powder. I can say, I'm surprised this one is discontinued because I can say in terms of top complimented fragrances that I've ever gotten a compliment on one day, you know what I mean? This is definitely in there. You know what I mean? I got to say something like Aventus. I got a lot of compliments on one day. We're talking about unsolicited. I got a lot of compliments on this in one day. Probably something like Pure Malt, Allure Sport Extreme, Dolce & Gabbana the One. Probably those are the most pure. Those are probably the most unsolicited compliments in one day. This would be one of these fragrances. I guess the only caveat is I did wear this one day, and there was a girl when I was doing a modeling thing, and she did not look happy. Maybe she was just in a bad mood to see me that day. I don't know, but I was wearing this fragrance, and so that's a memory I have of this fragrance because I was like, oh my God, I'm getting so many fucking compliments on this thing. What the fuck is going on, dude? And then I had a modeling job, and this girl, she was giving me like a fucking snaggletooth the whole day, and I'm like, I don't know, dude. Another one. 1 million Privé, cherry tobacco kind of thing. The only reason I don't wear that one more is that, again, it's been discontinued, unfortunately, apparently. Sometimes it can smell a little jammy to me. It has a little bit of a jam kind of feeling. And when I think of fragrances that are sort of like that I like better, if I had to go back in time, I would have just had a big bottle of Daniel Jose's Amber Tobacco. because they give me sort of that same, some people say it's like an apple cinnamon pie, cherry tobacco vibe. And when I'm thinking of an apple pie, cinnamon, cherry tobacco vibe, the Daniel Jose, Damber Tobacco, whoever you want to say that, is just the best version of that, in my opinion. That's another fragrance that I've said, God, I wish I showed fragrances because I saw a lot of reviewers got free bottles of that. Not me, though. It sucks because I like that fragrance. Calvin Klein Reveal, man. We're going through all the cheapies right now. This one, got a lot of compliments on this one too. The only reason I don't wear this one is it has kind of a almost licoricey vetiver note in it that I was not super horny about. But in terms of compliments, I've gotten a lot of compliments on this. And it's another fragrance that I was singing the praises of this fragrance right when it came out, that it was such a great cheapie. And when you look at the reviews online too, it's gotten really, really good reviews throughout the years. But I guess it just never caught on with like the general masses because, again, right when it came out, I was like, wow, dude, this thing it's actually very unique smelling. I don't think I have anything in my collection that smells like this. I get compliments on it. And you could see that, yeah, it has a little bit of steam and credibility, street cred in the fragrance community, but I guess it just must not have caught on with the masses because it was discontinued. But actually, a very unique scent. Again, the only reason I don't like it is, and wore it more, is because of it has kind of a licoricey vetiver kind of note that I don't like. And unfortunately, it is another fragrance that after I had COVID, I don't like it as much after COVID either, which isn't good, but it is what it is. Oh boy, we got two big ones here. Can you believe they're in plastic bags. Can you believe Amen discontinued all their shit? Pure Malt, Pure Havana. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Pure Malt. Oh my God. So many compliments on Pure Malt. And it's not like one of my most complimented fragrances of all time, Pure Malt. So many fucking compliments. Pure Havana, never got a lot of compliments on. God, I mean, the last compliment, unsolicited compliment that I can think is I told the story. A guy came up to me, and he was like, "Dude," he was like stoned. He's like, "Dude, are you wearing Amen?" And he's like, "Oh my God, I love Amen." He was fucked up. He was like fucked up. That's a true story. A dude, and I was like, okay, but generally speaking, Pure Havana I never got a lot of compliments on, but. Pure Malt, a lot of compliments on. Smells unique, performs well. Young girls like it. Can't speak for a lot of older girls because I'm not dating moms. Right? So, but I've definitely been complimented by younger girls on it, all that kind of stuff. So, it's disappointing to see it's discontinued from the Amen stuff that I like the best. Pure Malt, Pure Tonka. Those are probably my favorite. Pure Malt and Pure Tonka, I think. And of course, Pure Tonka's also gone. What else? I never really got into Pure Zest. I wish I would have got a bottle, but I remember that one smelling good. But am I thinking another? I just feel like Pure Malt and Pure Tonka are my favorite, right? But anyway, it's crazy to think that they actually discontinue those because they're so popular. I'm very shocked they discontinue those. What are you going to do? What else do we have here? Two fragrances that you've probably never fucking heard of whatsoever. Okay. That I've talked about before. I think there's only a few reviews online, at least YouTube for it. But when Daniel Barros was doing he was trying to make his fragrance line. Oh man, these Tonkachino and Tobacco Cognac. Wow. These were a flash in the pan. I actually think that the idea for his line was making all these different kind of drinks and making a fragrance out of the drink. And so you have the Cognac, Toso Tobacco Cognac, and the Cappuccino, so Tonkachino. These are I'm going to assume, because the fragrance line died so fucking quickly, unfortunately, that there's almost probably zero chance that you've ever smelled these unless you're in the fragrance game. You know what I mean? But I actually like these two a lot, and that's why I almost never wear them because God, I feel like it's even that much down is like kind of sad. But these ones were great. It's too bad they were gone. I actually didn't bring this from. I just not the bottle. I'm trying to. This is love, but I don't have the bottles I'm going to talk about from. But by Killian, what do I like from By Killian? It was discontinued, of course. Straight to Heaven Extreme. I like that. You know what I mean? Straight to Heaven. I always say Straight to Heaven Extreme, just more vanilla. You know what I mean? But Straight to Heaven Extreme is a fragrance that one of the only fragrances that I did a 180 on, where I was like, whoa, when I first smelled that, I was like, how will I ever fucking wear that in real life? Too much alcohol, it's just too out there. And then I was able to wear it, and I've even gotten compliments on it, shockingly. You know, I've been surprised the demographic that likes it. Very, but yeah, the Straight to Heaven Extreme was discontinued. I think it's come back a couple of times, so who knows? Maybe that will come back again. Noir Aphrodisiac, I think, is discontinued. I really like that one. It's almost like if you think of like a cordial has the fruit in the middle, right? You know what I mean? But or the citrus, whatever. This is the citrus on the outside, and then you peel the citrus, and like a little bit of smoke and steamy chocolate is on the inside. Noir Aphrodisiac, not one that gets talked about a lot. I like it though. And Light My Fire, I always said if I could go back in time, I think I would not have gotten Bible Black. You know I'm a fucking nerd. Bible Black. I would not have gotten. You know where my mind is right now. I'm doing an episode of FGC on NBC where I do a Bible Black joke, but um, oh, fuck, dude. Um, Back to Black. If I could go back in time, I probably wouldn't have gotten Back to Black. I would have gotten Light My Fire. Just Light My Fire is just a really nice honey tobacco boozy scent, and it even has a bit of that novelty kick. It smells a little bit like Dr. Pepper, which makes it even more fun. So Light My Fire. I'm pretty sure that's discontinued, but I like that. It's downstairs. I didn't bring it, but I only have like little decants of it anyway. Tom Ford, Amber Absolutes. Oh man, Amber Absolutes. That's been discontinued multiple times. I gotta assume that it's going to be forever discontinued now because the perfumer actually, he let loose the entire fragrance, formula. So I would assume that it's never coming back since he did that, right? If he gave out the formula for it now, I'd assume it's never coming back. But Amber Absolute, great one. The only thing I don't like about Amber Absolute is sometimes the olibanum is a little bit too strong at the beginning. But I've said it before, I've even gotten compliments on Amber Absolute from, young girls who you would think they don't give a fuck about this shit, but unsolicited compliment. Not something I would wear. The first couple hours is kind of potentially a little out there. I wouldn't go pick up a girl, spray it on right before I picked up a girl or something like that. But once it's like it starts running, I don't think it's particularly offensive. And yeah, there's not really much that you can get besides that. I know I was recently, again, graciously gifted from the Palm Tree Santa friend. Let's call her Palm. I don't think I told her yet. I'm gonna call you Palm Tree Santa friend. Maybe I'll tell her that. Amber Sun is a little bit like Amber Absolute, but I would say that Amber Sun is like Amber Absolute mixed with that Vanille Tahiti from Les Maison vanilla fragrances. So it's like those two fragrances kind of mixed together. So, there's not really, I don't think there's any good real clone of Amber Absolute besides certain fragrances that smell a little bit like it. But, Amber Absolute is a fragrance where sometimes the olibanum is too strong for me. But whereas Amber Sun, again, smells a little bit like Amber Absolute mixed with the Vanille Tahiti, whatever. But Amber Absolute is a fragrance or Amber Sun, I should have brought it. Amber Sun is a fragrance where if you wear that, if you don't like sweet fragrances, that's why you might not like that one, because that one is decadent in terms of sweetness. But God, oh, last one, Barista. Barista, I always say I think Barista is the best coffee fragrance that I have smelled that still smells like coffee, right? Of course, things like Intoxicated smell good. I said about stuff like, New Harlem to a very lesser extent. There's not a lot of coffee in that to me. I love New York for all. Smells, has a little bit more of a fake kind of coffee creamer. There's that Cafe Cognac. I don't have that one, but that's a, nice smelling coffee fragrance. But, in terms of a fragrance that really, oh, and I don't have a full bottle of that one either, but the Comte de Sur, the Vanille Cafe, right? Is it Vanille Cafe, Vanille Mocha Cafe, whatever that one is? I'm sorry, I'm like pointing at it in like a drawer right now. Um, but yeah, no, Barista, I think that's been discontinued again. That one was discontinued multiple times. And the first time they discontinued it, it came back, but it was like hundreds and hundreds of dollars in a new bottle. Then they brought back the old bottle, I think, and now it's discontinued again. But if you can ever get your hands on that one, that is the best, I think, coffee fragrance that still smells like coffee. You're like, oh, wow, like extreme coffee, right? In my opinion. Remember, if you like the videos, like, sub, comment, share, support the channel if you want. Those are, discontinued fragrances. Some are, asterisk mark. Kind of like an asterisk mark if they're discontinued or not. So maybe they're just out for a little bit more. But anyway, if you like the videos, like, sub, comment, share, support the channel if you want. I appreciate it. Thanks. I think that's the end.